Hello, everybody. I'm here to do a micro lecture for you on the issue with traditional personality theories. So let's get started. Here is an overview of where we're headed. We're going to talk about weird and what that stands for. It does not stand for strange. We're going to talk about what the theories of personality are from that perspective. The problem with measuring personality in this way. And then there is an assignment that hopefully will help you view personality in a different way. And then we'll take your questions. Okay, so weird. What does that stand for? And why is it important? Why does this even matter? So weird, Western, educated, industrialized, rich, and democratic. Basically, what this means is most research and thus most textbooks are from a very narrow subset of people. They are from a very narrow subset of kind of acceptable sources to the academic community. Even the definition of academic community is sort of weird, right? So when I was an undergraduate and I took general psychology, it was a requirement that we participate in research studies that were happening at the university. And many of the subjects with regard to research studies happening at the university were done on college students. You can see the problem, right? So we are doing research, then trying to generalize the research to a larger population, but the research is being done on a very specific subset of people, right? And I'm not saying that all research is done by university professors who fall into these categories on students who fall into these categories. But I will say that a lot of the research that has been done over the last 100 years has been, and much of it has generalizability issues, right? Because these contexts exclude most people, right? They exclude, entire continents of people, entire cultures of people. And the result of that is that these research studies and everything that comes from them, including your textbooks, right? Most of your textbooks, they don't apply very well. They don't represent very well. They can make many groups feel invisible and excluded. And there's a picture on this slide here of equality and equity. That's actually a very famous illustration. And then I like this reality alongside. I'd never seen it that way before, but it is just emphasizing more that the inequity is so great, and weird sources and weird research and weird texts are perpetuating that. Right. So before we can talk about what the issue is, we have to talk about what the theories are from that perspective. So from a weird perspective, there are basically five. Some people think that categorize it into seven. I've seen it as 9 a few times, but in most textbooks it's presented as 5. And I'm pretty sure your textbook presents it as 5 personality theories, and they are these 5. And I've tried to boil it down a little bit. Your textbook goes into these in quite some depth, so I'm not going to do that. But I'm trying to boil it down, and make it clear that they really see the world in very, very separate, very disconnected kind of ways, right? So, you know, if you walk into a room and ask people who have just read the chapter that you've read, what theory is your favorite theory of personality? This is going to be a difficult question to answer, but the really interesting question is, why is it your favorite theory, right? Why is your favorite theory the thing that stands out to you? And it could be that, if psychodynamic is your favorite theory, that it's because it emphasizes, everything that's below the surface. Or if you are in favor of the learning theory, that it is very clear cut and doesn't really take into account anything underneath the surface, right? Or if you prefer sociocultural, then really it's your favorite because it emphasizes the inputs of everything around you happening and all the people and all the interactions, right? So it's very interesting to look into why is that your favorite theory. But the problem is the same. No matter how you do it, no matter what your favorite theory is, it's not going to explain it all, because frankly, the old dead Western white guy who came up with the choice, the choices that you have to choose from, these, right? They had a pretty narrow view of human experience. Humans are much more complex than one theory, and trying to boil them down to one theory is inherently dehumanizing and often focuses on issues and problems, right? So the other way to say this is pathologizing, right? So, you might be taking an aspect of human experience and making it into a problem, right? When maybe from a different perspective, it's not actually a problem, it's just a part of human experience, right? So trying to shove people into the box of one theory can really take away our individuality, our humanity, right? And turns what might be totally normal human experience into a problem, right? And I picked this image for this slide because it made me chuckle, but I do think that it is important to understand that measuring personality and the personality theories, they don't grow much with time, right? They don't make a lot of space for things to move on. And I think that obviously, this image, somebody made this and it was a joke, but I think the message is actually an important one, which is that when theory stands still and society keeps moving, you're going to have a problem, right? So are there other things that you can think about why our favorite theory, whatever your favorite theory happens to be, doesn't explain it all? If you do have an idea, please do let me know. So there's an assignment that's connected to this lecture, and it is about your personality, your way. You will find it in the extra credit module, and the task is designed to go expand upon the task in your personality module. The personality module, pardon me, the personality module asks you to use some very standard, weird type personality measures to measure different aspects of your personality. But like we've been discussing, it can be, let me just go back for a second, it can be very exclusionary, right? So those might not feel like they apply to you. Those might not feel like they represent you. You might not feel visible, right? So the idea behind the assignment is that you think through how you want to express your personality and your individuality, and there's a lot of space in the assignment to do that. And you can do it through art, you can do it through writing, you can do it through oral history, you can do it many, many, many different ways. But the task is to express yourself in that way, and then to explain it if it needs explanation. So for example, if you are doing a sculpture and you're taking a video of your sculpture, I would really hope that your video of your sculpture has some explanation, so that I understand what we're looking at and how it represents you. And the last part of the task is to score yourself, because I'm a little uncomfortable with the idea of scoring you on your personality, or really on your representation of your personality. That makes me a little uncomfortable. So you're going to score yourself, and it's basically on effort, right, and inputs. So I hope you will go and take a look at that extra credit assignment and, turn it in. I really, really look forward to the possibilities of what we might get. It's new this semester. I'm really excited to see what you come up with. All right. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.